Today we will introduce you to the Louvre Abu Dhabi. It's a museum in the United Arab Emirates that was created by a collaboration between France and United Arab Emirates. It was opened on November in 2017 on the island of Saadiyat. Firstly, we will introduce you to the history of this museum. Then we will learn the use of this museum and his meaning. And finally, you will see the architecture of the Louvre Abu Dhabi.
I will start to talk about the story of the Louvre Abu Dhabi. The project of the Louvre was imagined by Abdallah Ben Zayed Al Nahyan in 2005. He is the son of the founder of the United Arab Emirates and the brother of the actual president. He was the Minister of Culture and Communication in 2005. Nowadays, he is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. His goal is to create a museum in collaboration with the Louvre Museum of Paris and so with France, in order to gather a lot of cultures and show the world history. So, the project began in 2007 when France accepted the project and signed an agreement intergovernmental with the United Arab Emirates. The project will result in the establishment of the Louvre on the Saadiyat Island. This island is part of a large program of urban planning in order to create a touristic cultural complex. The Louvre Abu Dhabi is a cultural center which has been inaugurated on the 8th of November 2017 by Emmanuel Macron and has been open to the public since the 11th of November after 10 years of work. There is a huge dome which lets pass the light and create a light game on work of arts. The museum is built of 55 white buildings inspired by Arabic medinas. The architect who imagined the museum was Jean Nouvel, a Frenchman born on the 12th of August 1945. He is internationally well known as an architect for his different realizations like the Akbar Tower in Barcelona, the National Museum in Qatar, the Fondation Cartier in Paris, and Les Bancs des Docks, an aquatic center in Le Havre. By the way, he is the most influential architect of the last 50 years. He has multiple agencies in Europe, for example in Paris, Spain, Switzerland and Italy. In 2008, he was rewarded with the Pritzker Prize. The Louvre Abu Dhabi is also called the Universal Museum. Firstly, because of the partnership between France and the United Arab Emirates. Then by the fact that it was a French architect who succeeded to make such an architectural fit with Arabic culture, and also by the variety of work of art exhibited. It is also the on-water museum city, reminding Venice, its streets and the squares displaying opening towards the sea. Now I give the floor to Camille to tell you about the use of our building.
This museum has several goals. The main goal is to unite people by exposing works of art of many different countries. It wants to tell that as if you haven't the same culture as somebody else, you are the same because you are humans before all. In this museum, you can find works of art from the 3rd century before Christ until the 20th centuries. There is also exposition of the entire world to discover different styles of culture and art. Here you can see the Bactria princess and by his side, you can see a portrait of a woman of Picasso. The Bachelor Princess was found in Afghanistan, and it's a sculpture of the 3rd century. And the portrait of a woman by Picasso is a painting of the 20th century. Here you can see the Japanese exposition with many painting of the Japanese style. And here is an Arabian exposition with a sculpture of the Arabia.
So now I will talk about the specification of this construction, and especially the main specification, that is the dome. The dome is the centerpiece of this construction. He reposed on the principle of a 5-meter steel structure. The top of the structure is made by 4 layers, which are in stainless steel. The bottom of the structure is made by 4 layers, which are in aluminium. So we can count 8 layers, which constitute the dome with the structure. Each layers are separated by 80 millimeters. All the layers are a geometric complex. Jean Nouvel has collaborated with Bureau Happold Engineering to build this dome. It has been modeled with Autodesk. So the 8 layers are composed by 7,850,000 stars. The bigger one is 13 meters wide and weighs 1.3 tons. The dome is composed by 1 million elements assembled into 85. The dome weighs 7,500,000 tons and is as heavy as the Eiffel Tower. Its circumference is 565 meters. To take over these charges, there is 4 piers which support the dome. Each are separated by 110 meters. They are hidden in the buildings to create an impression. This impression is the fact that the dome is floating above the museum. When the sun enlightened the dome, the light is filtered by the perforations of the dome. They call that phenomenon as rain of light. The dome is a reference to Arab culture by 2 ways. First, the dome has been inspired by Arab cupola, and second, the phenomenon of the rain of light is assimilated to palm trees, which diffuse it on the ground. Another point of this dome is that he naturally made the air conditioning. He provides a shade at the buildings too, and its perforations filtered the light without bringing heat in excess. All the properties of materials have been used to build this museum, and the purpose of the method of construction is that the building will use its own energy. During the construction, 42% of solar output have been reduced, and 27.2% of energy and 27% of water have been economized. So this construction has its own environmental microclimate. Another of its specification is the fact that the museum is a little city. The corridors between buildings create the idea of the streets of an Arab city. There is 55 buildings, but just 23 are for the museum's galleries. We can enter to the museum by land or by sea.
In conclusion, we saw that the Louvre Abu Dhabi covers many things and many secrets. It's the collaboration between 2 powers, France and United Arab Emirates, and 2 different people. This museum wants to tell many messages for people, like to unite all the people of the world, and by his architecture and especially by his dome that creates solar rays in his inside. It's a magical place where you can do many things and where you can appreciate the architecture and the little town within, with restaurants and other things to do.